Hi everyone. Okay, so this is part two of advice of how to get off of opiates. This is getting off of opiates through a methadone clinic. Now, I want to talk about what the downsides and upsides are to this. Um, but these days, if you have a methadone clinic in your area, or well, Suboxone too now, Suboxone is something that's been in methadone clinics recently. It's definitely a good way to get off of opiates as far as illegal opiates, but you would always be dependent on these opiates, methadone and Suboxone. If you don't know what methadone or Suboxone is, just go ahead and Google it. It'll give you more information. But basically, they're just opiates, just like any other drug. While Suboxone is an opioid. Um, I think it's an opioid antagonist, but it still works the same way. And these drugs are actually harder to get off physically than heroin or fentanyl or things like that because it stays in your system longer. So then you ask yourself, well, then why should I get on this? This doesn't make any sense. Well, in my opinion, if you're planning to do the methadone or Suboxone route at a clinic, just in my opinion, I think is just be prepared to be on it for the rest of your life, basically, until you're ready to get off. I mean, and to get off, it's nearly impossible to do it cold turkey. I know people who try to get off of methadone by getting back on heroin, if that makes any sense, because at least with heroin or fentanyl, it 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 leaves your system quicker. So the withdrawals don't last as long as methadone or Suboxone. Um, but I would say if you go this route, I call it maintenance. You know, you're just going to be on it for the rest of your life, pretty much. Um, and but then why people do it? Well, here's the thing. Number one, it's covered by insurance. At least it is with Medi-Cal. So you don't have to pay anything. We know one of the things why people can't um, survive or live a normal life on drugs like on heroin or fentanyl or things like that is because it's so expensive. At least heroin is that it's nearly impossible to work and pay your bills and be able to afford to do that drug. You're spending, at least I, on average, back in the day, spent $100 a day. That's over $3,000 a month. That's a lot of money. Well, with methadone, you don't have to pay anything. Pay anything. The insurance covers it, and it's something you only need to do once a day, if that. I mean, you could actually go a couple days, 2 or 3 days, and you still won't start feeling sick because it's still in your system. So all you have to do is just one time, boom, and then you could do your life, whatever it may be. Take care of your family, go to work. You can still get things done. But the problem is that you're going to be dependent on it, and you need to get your medicine. You're going to need to get your medicine every day. So methadone is a good way to go if you're planning to just try to get through life, like do your normal everyday things without your opiate addiction getting in the way. Then methadone would be a good way to go. But you gotta be prepared that you're going to be addicted to this drug for the rest of the time being, until you decide to get off, and that's going to be hard enough. And again, it doesn't cost anything. So if you're planning to go that route, just talk to your local methadone clinic. They will be able to walk through the program with you, and and because you're addicted to the drug still physically, I don't think a rehab is really necessary. In fact, to tell you the truth, I think most rehabs, or if not all rehabs, don't allow narcotics in there, including methadone. There are rehabs that have some type of detoxification program, where they might, if you're coming in there full blown sick, going through withdrawals, they might give you a little methadone or Suboxone and taper you off. But you're not allowed to have any type of those type of prescriptions while you're in the program. And usually, if you are on that kind of stuff, there's a whole separate unit for people going through what they call detoxification. All right. So, anyways, that's part two. Hopefully, you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit shorter, but hopefully, you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, just leave in the comments. All right. Thanks, and have a good one.